Imagine you're 25 years old. You finally start making decent money. You can pay your bills. You go out with friends. Life feels like it's finally starting to come together. But there's one thing most people in their 20s aren't doing yet. They're not investing. And it doesn't feel urgent. Retirement sounds like something for older people. 40 years feels like forever. So people tell themselves something very common. I'll start later. But what most people don't realize is that waiting just a few years can quietly cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not because of bad decisions, not because the market crashes, but simply because time was lost. Let me show you something most people don't realize. Meet Jake. Jake is 25. He earns about $60,000 a year. No major debt, a normal life. But Jake keeps telling himself something dangerous. I'll start investing later. At 30, maybe 35, after he makes more money, after life slows down. Sound familiar? Now meet Sarah. Same age, same salary, same city. But Sarah makes one small decision differently. She invests $500 per month into a simple S&P 500 index fund. No complicated strategy, no stock picking, just consistency. If Sarah invests $500 every month from age 25 to 65, earning an average return of 8%, she ends up with roughly $1.5 million. And this is where compounding becomes almost unbelievable. Because in the early years, the money you invest doesn't look very impressive. After the first year, it might only grow a little. After 5 years, it starts looking better. But after 20 years, something interesting happens. The growth begins to accelerate. Your investments start generating more money each year than you are actually contributing. And eventually, the compounding becomes so powerful that your portfolio grows even if you stop adding new money. Now let's look at Jake. Jake waits. Just 5 years. He finally starts investing at 30. Same $500 per month. Same 8% return. By the time Jake reaches 65, his portfolio grows to about $1 million. The difference between them? Almost $500,000. Gone. Not because Jake made bad investments, but because he waited. Think about two different futures. In one future, you start investing early. You build the habit. Year after year, your investments grow quietly in the background. By the time you reach your 40s, you realize something surprising. Your investments are now working for you. Money is generating more money. But in the other future, investing keeps getting delayed. There is always a reason to wait. And one day you look back and realize something uncomfortable. You didn't run out of time suddenly. You lost it slowly. 5 years doesn't feel like much when you're 25. But in investing, 5 years at the beginning can be more powerful than 10 years later in life. That's the math of compounding. Your money earns returns. Then those returns earn returns. And over time, the growth begins to accelerate. If you're 25 and haven't started investing yet, don't panic, but don't wait either. Future, you will either thank you or wonder why you waited. And that decision is being made right now. If you want simple, no-hype financial breakdowns that show how today's money decisions shape your future, subscribe, because your future is watching.